Hi, I just bought Manipulator, Iwish and Gatekeeper by Polyverse, Infected Mushroom, and let's have a look how it's working on, well, this is a PC, but it's also working on my M1 MacBook Air. So if you use QBase 10.5, don't use 11 now. I think January, February 2021, everything will be transported. But under Rosetta it works, and here it's working perfectly. Just have a look. I had some ideas what you can do with it. Much more that you can do with it, but that's on you. Have some fun.
First of all, you record something like that, or something like that. Some rhythmical, something with talking words and some tones. And after that, especially in the rhythm section here, you go and put it into slices with hit points, with the transients, and you can quantize it because it's essentially that the whole thing is rhythmically exactly on the point, yes. And as soon you have that, you can go in here and let's take the first vocal here. So what did I do here? Insert effects. It's Manipulator, it's Gatekeeper, it's a compressor, and it's H3000 by Eventide. But most interesting is Manipulator. If I switch off the others, we just can hear the Manipulator. Let's have a look. Here it is. Yes. So you hear it in here. But this is only mono. I put in a MIDI track here, and the MIDI track is controlling Manipulator, and I put in some notes, and the notes must correlate with the file in there. As soon as you don't play any notes in there, you hear the original, but this is a through running note, and then it sounds like that. So this is my voice manipulated. You can play around with the formants and everything. And then I've put in the Gatekeeper. You see it here. And the Gatekeeper, I've fumbled around a little bit with some gates, yes. And here we go. And it's reacting in a way. Yeah, you can also change it. So, then I put in a compressor to make it a little bit more punchy, and the H3000 to make it like that, so you don't realize that it's a voice anymore. So the next point was this next file here. Let me put it into solo that we can hear this one. It's this audio file, and this one I manipulated with Iwish and Gatekeeper. Let's have a look into Iwish. Iwish is totally automated. If you go into read and write, you see I automated everything here. I could interfere in there. And there's a Gatekeeper in. When I put the Gatekeeper off, you hear it like that. So this is another Gatekeeper. Let's look what it's doing. You see. So Gatekeeper and Iwish, they interact with each other. And the last track is quite easy. It's just this beatboxing, very redundant beatboxing track I did down here. And Manipulator is doing like that. I could also go in here and find something that is punchy. And all in all, you can listen to the different tracks all together, and you gotta start it from the beginning. I got the feeling that there are some little timing problems in here, but let's have a look how it's sounding. The reaction of the Gatekeeper. Sometimes I've found, if I've put in a drum machine, you hear that you have a little latency. Maybe I can fix that if I go in here and do a little less latency, but no, I'm not that sure if it works. because it may crash then if I go down to that. Maybe the mistake is somewhere else. Well, these are the basics, and of course you can do much more complicated. If I put in a big project like this one here, these are the voices, and below the voices are always the MIDI controller tracks that control Gatekeeper or whatever, or Manipulator, or even Iwish. Let's listen to this. These are all my voices except the Icarus down here. I played one voice in here. And that comes in. And in this case it seems to be quite in time, yes? That's quite nice. 1, 2, 3, and. Here we go, next one. And then comes Icarus again, no drums, and the rest is just chords. Now just let's listen to it. You see, there's a hell of a lot going on. Manipulator H3000. Do some panning here. And in the end it goes through ozone. In some cases you might need an equalizer. Main track is here. So this is it. You see, you can do a lot with that. It took me about half an hour to do this. You can do much better, but really take your time to get into this manipulator thing and see. Much more complicated in my view is to get something out of Iwish, because it's such a tiny little graphic user interface, but there's so much behind it. You really must take your time. Also on the keyboard, try in the lower keys and upper keys and do this automation thing. Then you might have some very nice vocal treatment with these wonderful tools by Polyverse, or Polyverse they're called, Magic Mushroom, or Infected Mushroom, not Magic Mushroom. That's more Freudian mistake here. Okay, Infected Mushroom, Manipulator, Iwish and Gatekeeper. Have a look at it. It's quite very nice tools and really genius in a way. Okay, that's it.